So today, guys, we are going to do something very special for you guys. We have a very special treat for you. This is John Cleveland. I'm a real estate agent in the Tampa Bay area. And today we're going to be talking about 5 things that you guys wanted to know about mortgage lending. And I have a special guest. Before we get into it, I want you guys to know that if you don't know who I am, I'm John Cleveland. I'm a real estate agent in the Tampa Bay area. Like I said before, if you know anybody who would benefit from my services or need some real estate advice, give me a call, message me, text message me, email me. I'll leave some of my information here at the end of this video in the comments. Also, if you're on YouTube, you can look me up at John Cleveland Realtor, John Cleveland Realtor, and just leave your comments throughout the whole message, throughout the whole show. I appreciate everybody coming out and taking a look at the show. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube. Tag somebody today that you think that would benefit from this show today. But without further ado, I have our special guest here today. I have Mr. Ricky Hasty. Ricky, thank you very much for joining me today, sir.
I appreciate you bringing me on, man. It's a little bit like a celebrity status.
Oh, man, it's all good, man. I mean, you're the celebrity today. You're the guest, so I'm going to let you have the floor, and I'm going to let you basically introduce yourself, tell people about yourself, what you do, your history, and first of all, who do you work for? What's the name of the company?
So I am one of the VPs of mortgage lending with Guaranteed Rate. Been with them for a couple months, just made the transition over to them.
Great.
Great company. They're going to, completely change the mortgage world. I promise you that.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, if you don't know, I met with Ricky last weekend. Very nice guy, very humble guy. This guy is on the cutting edge of mortgage lending. If you guys ever wondered about mortgage lending, please reach out to Ricky. He's going to leave his information later on in the show as well. But throughout, I want you guys to comment in the below, and I want you guys to ask questions throughout this whole episode. This is what we're here for. This is why we live. I'm sorry, I just cut off my guest. I'm so rude. Sorry, Ricky. Continue on.
No, you're fine. You're fine. But yeah, like I said, I'm one of the VPs of mortgage lending with Guaranteed Rate. What we do is we assist people with obtaining the right mortgage for them. We have a huge list of lenders that we have access to, because no mortgage one size doesn't fit all for a mortgage, right? Each person has their own unique situation where it caters to that typical individual,
right?
So yeah, we do have access to a lot of lenders where we can do a lot of things that typical big banks couldn't do.
Great, awesome. Well, I mean, the thing that was on a lot of people's minds, I know first-time home buyers have this huge question of what's the end-to-end process of obtaining a mortgage, going through the process of it, sending in paperwork, the whole spiel. Can you run that down for us, Rick?
Yeah, absolutely, I'd be happy to. So first step would be to contact a loan officer, right? Because you got to figure out what your budget is, what you're comfortable with paying before you even start the home search process, right?
Okay.
I mean, anybody can go out there, look at a $500,000 house, but you got to know what you're working with before.
Absolutely.
So first step, I would recommend just go ahead and contact a loan officer. Let them know what you're trying to do. It's you got to learn about what their particular goals in life are, whether it's financially, life goals, because you got to be able to cater to that individual.
Right. Because I mean, just like me, let's say individuals such as myself, let's say I'm self-employed. I work for Exit Bayshore Realty. Oh, shameless plug right back there. But, people like me, I kind of fret when I talk to loan officers because I'm self-employed. If you guys are out there self-employed, let me know if you are self-employed down in the comment box. If you have a question, let us know. But my question was, for self-employed people, it's kind of rough when you turn in your paperwork because you don't know if you'll ever qualify for a loan. It says, I don't make that much. And then I am making money. Is there a program for people such as myself that are self-employed, Ricky?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when you go to do a mortgage process, especially if you're self-employed, the lender's going to look at your tax returns.
Okay.
So unlike, if you were a W-2 employee, we use your gross income to qualify you.
Okay.
Well, for self-employment, whenever you're looking at your tax returns, we're looking after all the deductions, so basically your net income after all said and done.
Okay.
A lot of times, self-employed people are going to write off a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, I
right?
know I do.
So, so it ends up hurting them whenever it comes to a paper. It shows a paper loss.
Okay.
Well, an alternative to that is a bank statement program where we can look at 12 to 24 months of either personal or business bank statements, use the deposits on that to qualify them for the higher loan amount without having to even look at tax returns.
Oh, that's awesome, man. You guys can hear that. I mean, I know a lot of people have been scared away from getting the mortgage because they've been told that, hey, you don't make enough based off your tax returns. Right. What Ricky is saying is basically, hey, there's a way around that by showing all of the deposits that you're putting in the bank, if you guys are really making money that you should be making, and you can still qualify for these loans. So my question that a lot of people ask me, and I wanted to ask you, is that what type of loan programs, well, I know that's a very broad question. What separates you from the average mortgage lender? Like, are you connected with, I guess, big banks, small banks? You know, what type of lenders do you work with? What type of different pickings can we get at with Guaranteed Rate?
Right. So when you go to, your main bank, and you don't have to tell, you don't have to, we're not going to get specific, right? I don't want to call banks out, but
right.
When you go to that one bank, maybe it's your, place that you do your checking and your savings account, right? Well, when you apply with a mortgage for them, you are stuck with what their particular loan programs are along with their overlays. And what an overlay is basically what their parameters as far as what they are willing to accept and not accept. Okay, so with working with, someone like myself who are at Guaranteed Rate, when we have access to not only big banks, but also brokers, other types of investors that are a little bit more relaxed on certain situations, you have a higher chance of getting qualified than just being with that one particular bank.
Right, nice. Nice. Now, if you guys are liking what you're hearing here today, and I'm about to tag in a few people here, and it keeps asking me, do you want to tag it? Yeah, sure, I'll tag in some folks that want to get tagged in, because we want you guys to comment. We want you guys to like this post. We want you guys to also share this post, because today we have a very special guest. That's what happens when you're live. Mr. Ricky Hasty. This is John Cleveland. I'm a real estate agent. Ricky is a lending professional. I don't even want to say a mortgage lender, loan originator. This guy has a team behind him. That's another question I want to ask. Ricky, when we go with you, who is your team? Who are the team of professionals that work with you to get that loan closed? Right.
So we got, I have a couple of processors, closing department. And it's all done in-house, right? Okay. So, you're not going to be dealing with somebody, say, in Virginia or California. It's all done here locally in Tampa.
Oh, great.
So you have that personal touch connection. If you need to meet with them, you're more than welcome to do that. That's kind of what's very unique for us, is the fact that, you can come to our office and you can meet us.
Oh, nice.
That's a big personal touch.
Yep. And guys, ladies, especially, look at this guy. This guy's got a baby face over here, man. You can meet him in person, but yes, he's a very nice guy, very professional. I know you guys had a couple of questions in regards to the lending process. I cut them off because I was so excited to get into other questions, but I wanted to revert back to the end-to-end process of lending. I know you got into as far as, finding out what are the goals of a person who's trying to get that mortgage loan, because it's not a one size fits all, which everybody has different things in their life, such as, just got married, just had a baby. Let's be real, just got a divorce. We're trying to, basically mold one thing. A lot of lenders mold one thing around everybody, and that's not the right way. That's what Ricky's trying to tell you guys. So after we find out, what your life situation is, what type of paperwork generally, because I know there's a vast amount, what type of paperwork should a person submit during the lending process to get it moving along?
All right. So once you make your initial contact with your loan officer, let them learn a little bit about you. That's when you can start the actual mortgage application. And then from there, based on whatever the loan officer finds out at that point in time, you're going to be wanting to submit your income, assets, your tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs, all that good stuff, right?
Right.
That way we know what you're working with, right? And we also can figure out what your max budget is with as far as what your monthly payment's going to be, because a lot of people, they don't care too much about the rate. They just care about their monthly payment.
Okay.
Then you have people who care about the rate, not so much about the monthly payment.
Okay.
That
makes sense. That makes sense. Now, do I have to have like an astronomical amount of money to put down? Let's say if I wanted to get like an average, and right now average is around $200,000, guys, if you didn't know that or not. We just had a big real estate boom. So get out of the mindset that $200,000 is too much. It is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but this is around the average. I'm just giving it to you as a real estate professional. So as an average of $200,000 mortgage, I want to know how much my down payment is. Now, like you said, it all depends on what type of loan program. I guess my credit. Also, what type of, I guess, I don't know how much I want to pay down the mortgage up front. You get into it, you're the mortgage lender. How much do I need to put down on a $200,000 house?
Right. So not to dive too deep, but for first-time home buyers, there's a lot of first-time home buyer programs out there where they can put as little as 3% down.
Okay.
And then people have heard about the FHA loan program where it's 3.5%.
Right.
And then for those who are veterans, what they have access to them is the VA loan, which is 100% financing. They don't have to put anything down.
Oh wow!
And that's a big benefit to a veteran.
Wow.
Is the 100% loan program.
Stop right there, Ricky. We are in South Tampa, right next to the Air Force Base. If you guys are a veteran, please listen to this guy. This guy works with veterans. You don't have to go with Navy Federal Credit. I'm not knocking them. They're very good. But this guy, oh yeah, that's another question to ask you. You don't have to go with Navy Federal Credit because this guy has the experience to working with veterans in the Tampa Bay area. So that's kind of a segue I wanted to ask him as well. Ricky, tell us a little bit about your past, not diving too deep, but you worked with veterans quite extensively in the past, right?
Absolutely. Well, I myself is I'm a Marine Corps veteran, so I like to find that passion in helping veterans and relocations, helping them and getting into homes that basically their dream homes. It's a way for me to be able to give back, thank them for their service, because there's a lot of trust in veterans, especially from veteran to veteran.
Absolutely.
And that's one of my biggest passions, just being able to help them accomplish their goals.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're a veteran and you're out there, you're watching this live broadcast, please just send a salute. Send a salute through right now and let us know that you're listening in. We have a veteran right here, and he's a mortgage professional. So I want you guys to, if you want to replay this back, comment, like, share, tag somebody in. Also, if you're on YouTube, John Cleveland Realtor, I will be uploading this video and also taking all questions and comments, and I'll send them over to Ricky. I had another question. Usually the mortgage process I heard is like, it's real long and lengthy, 14, 20 days. Is this something that you guys do differently that can accelerate that process? Any program you guys have?
Yeah, absolutely. So Guaranteed Rate has a special program. It's called our Red Arrow Express.
Red Arrow Express. Right. Okay.
And what that is basically everything's done up front. So we look at your income, your assets, and get a full underwritten approval.
Okay.
Right. So once you have that full underwritten approval, all it is you go under contract, and we're waiting for title, appraisal, insurance to come back and get you to closing.
Okay.
Now, no, you can't set a number as far as how many days it takes to close, right?
Okay.
You can't be like, hey, it's 10 days closing, 15, 14, whatever.
You got inspections and stuff going on. Right.
And a lot of that is based off of third parties, which a lender has no control over. We can't speed a title company up. We can't speed the insurance company up. So, they have different factors. But by being able to do the Red Arrow Express is allowing you to have one leg up.
Right.
Especially when you're, in a market where you're competing with other offers. With this Red Arrow Express, you're able to compete with cash buyers because you have a fully underwritten
already
approval,
ready to go. Guys, you hear that? That's something that you guys can use. If you're looking to buy a house coming up in the new year or even the future, you need a guy like Ricky in your corner. I only say that because I've been through the home buying process, and man, it can be painful just waiting on all these type of factors. Ricky mentioned a couple of them, third-party vendors, but if you had your mortgage all set and you got one leg up on the competition, I mean, it's downhill from there, or uphill, either way you want to look at it. But I mean, you need a guy like Ricky in your corner to help you out, get through that mortgage process quick and painless as possible, because you want to get into your brand new home as quick and painless as possible. So I'm gonna open up the floor to everybody who's watching in. Make sure that you tag somebody who you think would benefit from this conversation. We're here with Mr. Ricky Hasty with Guaranteed Rate Mortgage. And yes, this is me, your guy, John Cleveland, real estate agent in Tampa, Florida. Leave your comments at the bottom. If you guys want to get in on the conversation, we can answer your questions right here and now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. I'm still going to upload this video, but today is your day if you were wondering about lending and the mortgage lending process. I'm gonna open up the floor. Ricky, did you have any departing information or any points or tips that you want to give to the people out there right now before we wrap things up?
Yeah, well, like I said in the beginning, first and foremost, you wanna contact your loan officer. You want to find out what you're working with before you're going out shopping. That's the biggest factor behind the entire home buying process.
Okay.
Just reach out. There's a wealth of knowledge out there, right? Anybody can go to Google and search everything.
Yeah.
But it's so overwhelming. Just leave it to the person that
Leave it to the professionals.
Exactly.
Yep.
Just let them take care of it, and find a loan officer that you can relate to, right? That's a big factor, because as long as when the loan officer knows what you want, right, or what your goals are, they're better able to assist you.
Absolutely.
Rather than just a blanket mortgage application from a bank, and you're like, hey, okay, you got this and this and this. That's it. And then there's no explanation behind it, right?
Yep, absolutely. Millennials, this guy is a millennial. I'm not going to tell his age, but this guy, if you wanted to, he's talking about relating to people. This guy's a millennial. So quick, fast, easy, to the point, strategic. I mean, this guy's like a surgeon with the mortgages. So if you guys want somebody you can relate to, Ricky's your guy. Ricky, how can people reach out to you? Leave your contact information. What's your
absolutely. Contact? So people can connect with me on Instagram, Ricky_Hasty, cell phone, 813-323-5078. Okay. Feel free to call, text me, email, a website. We'll be able to leave all that contact information.
Absolutely,
up there
we will.
But yeah, just any kind of questions, concerns, give me a call. I'll be glad to assist.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Every weekend, I want to try to bring something new to you here on this live feed. John Cleveland Realtor. I'm a real estate agent in the Tampa Bay area, and I love designing people's lifestyles through buying and selling homes. So if you know anybody that would benefit from my service, would you please give me a call, message me, reach out to me, send a carrier pigeon. I don't know how you guys do it. Horse and buggy. I'm here on every social media platform. Also, I will be leaving Ricky's information in the comments. I will be leaving my information as well. So I'm going to be uploading this video to YouTube. So if you got YouTube, subscribe to my channel, John Cleveland Realtor. So I'm going to be wrapping up for you guys. Also, guys, if you have a suggestion for any videos or any comments or tips about any future interviews or recordings you would like to see about real estate or about the industry overall, please reach out to me also on the same information that I'm going to leave later in this video, and I'll make the video. I'll find an industry contact. Ricky has everybody in his Rolodex that you can even think about that is an industry professional. So I'm going to be reaching out to him. I'm going to be wrapping this up for you guys. So I thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for journeying with John. Journey with John. Do a hashtag Journey with John or hashtag Ricky Hasty.
I like it. Journey with John. I like it.
You like Journey with John? Okay, we're going to do a hashtag Journey with John. Ricky says it's good, so I know it's going to be great. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful Sunday. Holidays are coming up. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. You guys get some presents open for me. If not, that's fine. I'll be checking you guys out later, and we are signing out.